I believed in love the way some people believe in magic. When Jake's birthday came around, I didn't just want to celebrate. I wanted to create something unforgettable. "Are you really doing all this?" my coworker asked when I told her my plan. "Of course," I said, grinning. "He deserves it." I spent 3 weeks organizing everything. I booked our favorite rooftop restaurant, the one where we had our first date. I called everyone, his college friends, his work buddies, even his parents who lived hours away. "Honey, you're so thoughtful," his mom said on the phone. "Jake is lucky to have you." I hired a photographer, ordered a custom guitar-shaped cake, and wrote a speech that made me cry while I practiced it in the mirror. The night finally came. When Jake walked through that door and saw everyone waiting, his jaw dropped. "What? What is this?" he stammered. "Happy birthday!" everyone shouted. He pulled me into his arms, his eyes wet. "You're incredible. I don't deserve you." I laughed. "Don't be silly. You deserve everything." People kept coming up to me all night. "You're the best girlfriend ever," his friend Marcus said. "Relationship goals," someone else added. My phone exploded with notifications. The photos, the videos, everyone was posting about us. I saved every single comment, every message calling our love rare and perfect. Jake squeezed my hand during dinner. "Thank you for this, for everything." I smiled, thinking I'd found my forever person. I had no idea that while I was planning his happiness, he was planning my destruction. My birthday was 3 months after Jake's. I didn't expect anything as big as what I'd done for him, but I expected something. Love, effort, maybe a handwritten card or a quiet dinner. But Jake changed. "Are you okay?" I asked one morning when he barely looked at me over breakfast. "Fine, just work stuff," he mumbled, scrolling through his phone. He started staying late at the office. His texts took hours to return. When I tried to hug him, he felt stiff, like a stranger. Maybe he's planning a surprise, I told myself while folding laundry. Don't overthink it. But the doubt grew heavier each day. 2 days before my birthday, I came home early. Jake was in our bedroom, talking on the phone. He didn't hear me approach. "I can't wait either," he said softly, his voice tender in a way I hadn't heard in weeks. My heart lifted for one stupid second. Maybe he was talking to a party planner? Then he continued. "Once this is over, we can finally be together. No more hiding." My stomach dropped like I'd been pushed off a cliff. I backed away silently, my hands shaking so hard I had to grip the doorframe. That night, I lay awake beside him, staring at the ceiling. I replayed his words over and over. Once this is over. Once what was over? Our relationship? My birthday? We can finally be together. Who was we? I wanted to wake him up and demand answers. But I was terrified, because deep down I already knew the truth. I just wasn't ready to face it yet. I woke up on my birthday to an empty bed. No card on the nightstand, no flowers, no text message, just silence. I walked into the living room and froze. Jake was surrounded by cardboard boxes, packing books into them like it was just another Tuesday. "What's going on?" My voice came out small and broken. He didn't even look at me. "I'm moving out." I laughed. It was a horrible, nervous sound. "Is this a joke?" "It's my birthday, Jake." He finally met my eyes. What I saw there was worse than anger. It was nothing. Complete emptiness. "I know it's your birthday," he said flatly. "That's why I picked today. You're off work. You can help me pack." The room tilted. "Help you pack? You're breaking up with me on my birthday because it's convenient? I've been meaning to do this for a while." He folded a shirt without emotion. "It's not working anymore. I need space." Space. I repeated the word like it was in a foreign language. "Is there someone else?" He paused. Just for half a second. "Does it matter? Does it matter?" My voice cracked. "Are you serious right now?" "Look, we both knew this was coming," he said, taping a box shut. "Let's not make it messy." I wanted to scream, to throw something, to make him feel even a fraction of what I was feeling. But I couldn't move. I just stood there, watching him dismantle our life piece by piece. Each item he packed felt like he was erasing me. The coffee mug I bought him, the blanket we shared on movie nights, the framed photo from his birthday party, the one where I looked so happy it hurt to remember. He packed that one without even glancing at it. "Jake, please," I whispered. "Just talk to me." "There's nothing to talk about." He grabbed his keys. "I'll be back tomorrow for the rest." The door closed behind him, and I was alone, on my birthday, in our half-empty apartment. I don't know how long I sat on that floor. Hours, maybe. My phone kept buzzing with birthday messages I couldn't bring myself to read. Then one name appeared that made my blood freeze. Melissa. "Happy birthday, babe. Sorry I couldn't make it today, stuck at work. Let's celebrate this weekend. Love you." Something felt wrong about that message. Too cheerful, too convenient. I opened Instagram with shaking hands and went to her profile. I scrolled slowly, my heart pounding harder with each swipe. Then I saw it. A photo from 2 weeks ago. Melissa in her living room taking a mirror selfie. And there, slightly blurred in the background, Jake's guitar case. "No," I whispered. "No, no, no." I clicked on her tagged photos. My vision blurred as I found more. Jake in the background of 3 different posts over the past 2 months. Always carefully cropped, always just out of focus. But now I saw the pattern. The late nights, the distance, the phone call. We can finally be together without hiding. It wasn't some random woman. It was Melissa. My best friend since high school. The person I'd cried to about relationship problems. The person who helped me plan Jake's birthday party, who smiled at me and said, "You two are perfect together." The person who looked me in the eye 100 times and lied. "Oh my God," I said out loud to my empty apartment. My hands shook so violently I dropped my phone. When I picked it up, I saw another message from her. "You okay? Haven't heard from you today." I stared at those words until they didn't look like words anymore. Just shapes. Just lies. Something inside me didn't just break. It transformed. The hurt twisted into something colder, sharper. They'd made a fool of me, both of them, and I was done being the fool. I didn't confront them. Not yet. Instead, I watched. I became invisible, scrolling through their social media like a ghost haunting her own life. Melissa posted a photo of a latte with the caption, "New Beginnings." 17 people commented heart emojis. I was one of them. Jake updated his Facebook status for the first time in months, finally living authentically. His friend commented, "Good for you, man." I liked that too. I watched them build their little romance on the ruins of my heart, and I smiled. I smiled because I was planning something they'd never see coming. I remembered every single person at Jake's birthday party, every face that had smiled at us, every comment about our perfect relationship. They'd humiliated me publicly, even if they didn't know it yet. So my response would be public too. I spent 3 days locked in my apartment. I didn't shower, I barely ate. But I created something beautiful. I made a video. It started with clips from Jake's birthday party, him blowing out candles, me giving my speech about how much he meant to me, everyone cheering for us. Then I added screenshots, Melissa's Instagram posts with Jake hidden in the background, text messages where she'd given me advice about keeping Jake happy, dates and timestamps that proved everything. I included the receipts from his party. Every cent I'd spent, every hour I'd worked to make him feel loved. The final slide was simple. I turned his birthday into a love show for everyone. He turned mine into moving chaos. My finger hovered over the post button. "Do it," I whispered to myself. "Do it." I hit post, then I turned off my phone and waited for the world to catch fire. I turned my phone back on after an hour. I had 300 notifications. "Oh my God," I whispered. Scrolling through the comments, "This is heartbreaking. Jake and Melissa are trash. I was at that party. I feel sick." The video had been shared 40 times already. Then 100. Then 500. My phone started ringing. "Jake," I declined. He called again. And again. 17 times in 1 hour, Melissa texted, "Please take it down. You're ruining everything." It just happened, okay? We didn't mean to hurt you, I blocked her. Then the messages from other people started pouring, and I always thought Jake was shady. You never said that before. Melissa showed her true colors. You were her friend too. You deserve so much better. Where were you on my birthday? But some messages were genuine. Jake's mom called, crying. I'm so sorry, she sobbed. I didn't raise him to be like this. What you did for his birthday? You're a wonderful person. I'm ashamed of my son. Thank you, I whispered. My own tears finally breaking through. The video jumped. Platforms. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, people I'd never met were dissecting every frame. Someone noticed Melissa wearing a necklace in one photo. The same necklace Jake told me he'd lost months ago. Another person found an old comment from years ago where Melissa had called Jake the one that got away. The internet is terrifying when it turns against you. And when it's on your side, it's unstoppable. Jake's friends started distancing themselves. His Instagram comments filled with strangers calling him out. Someone made a meme with his face, when you fumble the real one. I heard through a mutual friend that Jake's boss called him into HR. Apparently, several coworkers had been at his birthday party and felt uncomfortable working with someone like him. Melissa's roommate kicked her out, posting, "Just found out my roommate is a homewrecker." She told me she was helping a sick relative all those nights. Lies. Their lives were unraveling in real time, and I watched it all happen from my couch, eating ice cream. I wish I could say I felt guilty watching them fall apart. I didn't. Every notification felt like justice. Jake lost his promotion. His boss sent an email about character concerns that somehow got leaked to me by a sympathetic coworker named Dave. Thought you'd want to know, Dave wrote. Nobody here respects him anymore. Melissa's photography business collapsed. Clients canceled one by one. We can't support someone like that, one wrote publicly. They tried to fight back. Jake posted a vague apology on Facebook. I made mistakes. I'm human. I hope people can forgive me and move forward. The comments destroyed him. You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. Being human doesn't excuse being cruel. You broke someone who loved you on her birthday. You're not human. You're a monster. Melissa went private on all platforms, but screenshots of her defensive messages to friends leaked anyway. In one, she called me dramatic and said I was ruining their happiness over nothing. That screenshot became its own viral moment. Over nothing? People commented, your friend gave her heart to someone and you stole him. That's not nothing. The best part? Their relationship didn't survive the pressure. 2 months after my video, I heard through the grapevine that they'd broken up. Jake blamed Melissa for not keeping things private. Melissa blamed Jake for not defending her. The relationship they destroyed mine for couldn't handle the same scrutiny we'd faced. The irony was delicious. I didn't celebrate. I just felt satisfied. Like the universe had finally balanced itself. They'd made their choices. Now they were living with the consequences. And I was finally starting to breathe again. 3 months after everything exploded, my phone buzzed with a message I never expected. Jake, I'm sorry. You deserved better. I was a coward. I stared at those words for 10 minutes straight. No excuses this time. No blame, just acknowledgement. Too late, I typed. Then I deleted it. I know, I typed instead. Then deleted that too. Finally, I just wrote, yes, I did deserve better. I hit send and blocked him. Melissa never apologized directly to me, but I heard she'd moved to another city trying to rebuild her reputation. Someone told me she'd changed her name on social media and only posted nature photos now. No people, no captions, no vulnerability. She was hiding. Just like she'd made Jake hide their relationship. Some nights I wondered if I'd gone too far. If public humiliation was the right response to private betrayal, then I'd remember Jake's face on my birthday. The cold indifference. The convenience he'd prioritized over my dignity, and I'd realized something important. I hadn't exposed them for revenge, I'd exposed them for truth. They'd made a spectacle of my love at that birthday party. I'd simply shown everyone what happened behind the curtain. I didn't regret it. Not even a little bit. Life didn't magically improve after they fell. I still woke up some mornings feeling hollow. I still flinched when I saw couples on social media celebrating birthdays together, But something fundamental had shifted inside me. I started therapy. My counselor, Dr. Patricia Chen, was a tiny woman with kind eyes and uncomfortable questions. "Why do you think you invested so much in Jake's happiness?" she asked during our third session. "Because I loved him," I said automatically. "Or because you were trying to earn his love?" That question cracked something open in me. "You treated his love like a prize you had to win," Dr. Chen continued gently. "But love shouldn't require auditions." I cried in her office that day. Really cried. For the first time since my birthday, I started investing in myself the way I'd invested in Jake. I took a photography class, something I'd always wanted to do but never had time. For I reconnected with friends I'd neglected during my relationship. "We missed you," my friend Sarah said over coffee. "You kind of disappeared there for a while." "I know," I admitted. "I'm sorry, and don't be sorry, just stay this time." I went on my first solo trip, a week in a small coastal town where nobody knew my story. That's where I met Marcus. He owned a bookstore near the beach. We started talking about a book in the window display and didn't stop for 3 hours. "Can I get your number?" he asked as I was leaving. I hesitated. "I'm not ready for anything serious," he smiled. "Good, neither am I, but I'm ready for coffee with someone interesting." It wasn't romance, it was possibility, and that felt like healing. My next birthday was different. I didn't throw a party. I didn't invite a crowd. I didn't spend money creating magical moments for anyone but myself. Instead, I rented a small cabin in the mountains with 3 close friends. We cooked together. We played board games. We watched the sunset from the deck. Sarah, my older sister, raised her glass. To the woman who turned her worst birthday into her biggest power move, and who's now wise enough to celebrate quietly, we laughed. We cried a little. It was perfect in its simplicity. That night, I scrolled through my phone and saw Jake had posted something, a vague quote about growth through pain. The comments were disabled. I felt nothing. No anger. No satisfaction. He'd become a stranger whose story briefly intersected with mine. Melissa had changed her name on social media. Her feed showed only nature photos, images without people, without captions, without vulnerability. I closed the app and looked up at the stars. I thought about the girl I'd been a year ago, the one who measured love in grand gestures and public displays. She'd believed that effort equaled devotion, that love required proof. Now I understood differently. Real love was quieter. It showed up on ordinary days. It didn't need an audience or applause. I didn't know if I'd find that kind of love again. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. But I'd found something more important. Myself. On the other side of heartbreak. Stronger. Clearer about what I deserved. As I blew out the single candle on my birthday cupcake, I didn't wish for revenge or closure. I wished for peace. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like it was already mine. The end.